And we're live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. This is part 63. Last time, when we left off, we finally completely finished the Boomers quest line, took care of Volare and raised the crashed B-29 from the bottom of Lake Mead, and we left off with our companions dismissed, standing at the Mojave Drive-In, ready to kick off the Old World Blues expansion, which I know a lot of you have been looking forward to, and I have as well. Good morning, Alexander. Good morning, Infinimora. Great to see both of you, as always. Thank you for joining. So, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, just because, if anyone's... it's not quite... Oh my goodness, thank you for the 100 bits, Infinimora. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it, thank you. I was about to say, it's not quite the advertised start time yet, so I want to give it a couple of minutes in case anybody is really hyped for Old World Blues and wanted to tune in and make sure they saw everything. But thank you for the bits, my friend, I appreciate it. How's everyone doing this week? It's Thursday, we're over the hump, we're into the second half. One more minute, then we'll go in. I don't know about you guys, but I crossed the finish line on a very big work project yesterday afternoon. And that's over, so now I can kind of relax. Good morning, Lewis. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm just idling until it's actually the advertised start time, so no one who makes a point of being here is going to miss the introduction. Alright, it's... Good morning, John. Alright, good. It's 6 a.m. by my clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Just interact with the satellite to begin. The crashed satellite seems to be the source of the strange transmission you received. Old World Blues is recommended for experienced couriers, level 15 plus. You have a premonition that while you'll be unable to return to the Mojave until you solve the mysteries of the Big Empty, you will be able to take anything you can carry with you, and you will be able to return to the Big Empty anytime after completing Old World Blues. If you are up to the challenge and you have all you want to carry with you, examine the satellite a little closer. The atomic wonders of science await. Take a closer look at the satellite. Good morning, St. Louis. I take it you started last night. Yeah, just a fair warning. This first Old World Blues stream is probably going to be 95%, if not completely, just the initial dialogue with the doctors, but that's how this one goes. Fallout New Vegas.
In the years before the Great War, Big Mountain had been the home to the brightest minds of the 21st century. Scientists of vision were drawn to the facility to tackle the greatest technological challenges of the era. They sought to create a new world, fueled by technology for the benefit of all mankind. Sonic emitters, space-age alloys, DNA hybridization, force field particle research, autodoc advances in cranial, cardiac, and trauma surgery. The hopes and dreams of a century became realities in the electronic forges of Big Mountain. The nucleus of this research was the Dome, a huge stone facility that held the labs of every science known to man. It was a think tank where no problem could not be solved. where no question could not be answered. The Great War brought a new energy to Big Mountain and its scientists. Although sheltered from the front lines, the scientists waged their own war, fighting their battles at the atomic level. Equations and calculations marched endlessly across chalkboards and computer terminals toward one solution: winning the war. For years, the minds and computers of Big Mountain were a blaze of trajectories, weapon schematics, and nuclear theories. The problems began to outpace the solutions, first geometrically, then exponentially. As the war escalated, so did the questions. On the night of October 23rd, 2077, the scientists received an answer that put all their questions to rest. In the aftermath, Big Mountain's silent experiments went to sleep, their creators slowly dying in the new world that had been left behind. And the great stone in the middle of the Big Empty lay untouched, filled with countless technological wonders. Wonders that, in the end, had been answers to the wrong question.
I was going to ask, can anybody confirm if it's Lewis's end or my end? Because I've got a good uptime over here. You feel strangely heavier. A quick inspection of your body reveals faint surgical scars around your head, chest, and back. Quest added. Welcome to the Big Empty. So we wake up, and here we are. So if you're curious what the surgeries did to you, you can go check your perks page. We now have Brainless. Your brain has been replaced with advanced technologies. Your head can no longer be crippled and is resistant to chem addiction, 25% resistance, and shock from bodily damage, plus 5% damage threshold, minimum +1. You have Heartless. Your heart has been replaced with advanced technologies. You cannot be poisoned, and filters in your heart will also regulate bleeding and healing, allowing all healing items, chems, to function at a higher level. Robots are now confused by you and 50% less likely to score a critical hit. And Spineless. Your spine has been replaced with advanced technologies. Your torso can no longer be crippled, and your strength and damage threshold have been increased, +1. Alright, so we start out here on the sink balcony. And what's our quest goal? Welcome to the Big Empty. Find out where the hell you are. So, if you look around on the balcony itself, you can actually find some miscellaneous loot. And as it said, we're going to be able to return to the Big Empty once the expansion is done. And the sink here in the Big Empty is going to be home base, like for the rest of the game. For me, it's not only infinitely better than the hotel room in Novak, but it's frankly a much better home base than even the Lucky 38 is. Alright, so that's a full circuit. Go ahead and drink the sarsaparilla. And let's enter the door to the sink. Let's see what's inside. Okay, we'll loot the sink first. So you'll notice a bunch of supplies for the reloading bench, which is actually very interesting. We have a book chute. Personality files damaged or missing. Insert backup holotape to restore files. Okay. Sync autodock. Personality files damaged or missing. Insert backup holotape to restore files. Alright. storage cabinet with a workbench. Sync Central Intelligence Unit. Personality files damaged or missing. Insert backup holotape to restore files. Alright, let's go left first. A door that requires a key. Disabled jukebox. Personality files damaged or missing. Insert backup tape to restore files. Edotronic 3000. Some fancy lads. A couple bottles of wine. Toaster. Personality files damaged or missing. Insert backup holotape to restore files. There's some Mentats. Footlocker hiding down here. Has some ammo. Onward to the bedroom. First aid box. Sure. An empty safe. An empty trunk. Queen bed that we can sleep in. I think we should actually still be well rested right now. Oh, look, our sleep meter is actually disabled. Food and water is still going, though. Scientist glove. Look, it's an unarmed weapon that actually does a decent bit of damage. Muggy. Personality files damaged or missing. Over here, we've got some drained energy, some chems. Mad scientist scrubs, which I think are Science 5 Intelligence 1. Oh, it did automatically equip us with a patient gown, but we've still got Joshua Graham's armor, so I'm going to put that on along with our power fist. Here's another footlocker, another toolbox, and some empty lockers. Light switch 2. Advanced functions file damaged. Insert backup holotape to restore file. So you can see all this stuff around here that we're able to interact with. Light switch 1, advanced functions file damaged. Let's go over to this room now. Refrigerator. Look what all's in here. Bunch of food and purified water. Well, that's going to be useful. Pencil. A hot plate. This functions as a campfire, believe it or not. Biological research station. Damaged or missing. So it almost looks like a hydroponics room, like what we saw at the NCR sharecropper fields. And an actual sink is also missing personality files. We'll take all this with us, and let's check this last room. Big mountain to the left requires key. Think tank to the right. And a couple more vending machines. Okay, so let's drink our little cap generators. And with all that done, I'm going to go ahead and start moving stuff into storage. So, crafting supplies, I'm going to keep in here above the workbench. And eventually we'll move the ones over from Novak, but no need right now. I'm going to keep ammunition in this one. And I'm actually going to separate out now that I have multiple, the ability, now that I've got more containers at my disposal, I'm going to start keeping food that I'm not currently using in the refrigerator. And I've got some junk I just want to get rid of. So I'm just gonna drop that inside this ammo box. And finally, I've got a few things that I'm just holding on to sell. Well, I guess I'll put those in this ammo box too. That way we'll be rid of them. Alright. We are ready to advance out of here. So, let me quickly check to make sure I've got the juice to pass all the skill checks in the initial dialogue. I need... See, I need Science 55, more than good enough. Speech 55, more than good enough. Medicine's good. Energy weapons is good. Guns is good. I need barter up to 90, so I need to, I need barter at 90, and I need intelligence at 8, so before starting the dialogue, I'm going to pop some mentats, which will help me with the intelligence check. And let's use a... Salesman Weekly to raise barter. Let's go start the dialogue. A strange feeling of pacifism comes over you, and you find you cannot draw your weapon for some reason. Alright, let's go start the dialogue before anything wears off.
I thought I heard the pacification field kick in. Alright, shh. Nobody move. I'll handle this. Be warned, intruder! You are in the presence of a mighty think tank of Big Mountain! The collective geniuses of... We... By Oppenheimer, which one of you self-professed geniuses has been adjusting my volume knob? Who was it? Was it you, 8? Oh, Dr. O, was it? Likely story. O couldn't spark 2 neurons if they were in a lattice of biomed gel.
What? Me? Breaking news, Klein. It wasn't me, all right? I'm the robotical engineer. 8 is sound waves. That's his specialty. You always do this. You always demean me in front of guests. And it's not O, all right? It's...
Enough! Either of you do it again, it'll be the last time. Now... Great. Now I forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about?
How are you all speaking through that one voice box?
Did it just say something? Anyone catch that? Boros, you work with animals. Translate. It's a lobotomite. Here, in the dome. Oh, as if this situation couldn't get any worse. Now we've got lobotomites. Gala, get the spray before it excretes all over everything.
Sorry, just a second. Gotta go to my other window for a moment. Alright, continue, Dr. Klein. Lobotomite?
Dr. Klein, if my hypothesis is correct, this lobotomite is the repository of the brain we sent the signal to, the skin envelope once containing it. If so, it's proof that there may indeed be something beyond the crater. Just look at it. The way it blinks. It's like a big, hairless teddy bear.
I know what it is, Dollar. I want to know why it's down here. With its limbs all over everything. And are those penises I see wriggling on its feet? Disgusting.
I believe those are toes, Dr. Klein. Little teddy bear toes. Penises are much larger than those tiny extremities. Not that I would know.
I don't recall the human penis ever being that large.
It depends on one's own frame of reference, Dr. O. Look at its little nose with its 2 orifices for ingesting oxygen.
Noses? By the great static. These lobotomites confound me with their sheer number of useless extremities.
Science 55. Hold up 1 finger, point at self. Point at them, hold up 5 fingers.
Now it's holding up an array of fully erect hand penises. If it tries to insert them, activate vivisectors. Dr. Klein, wait. I don't believe those gestures were random. Random at all. It's been following our conversation. The lobotomite understands us.
I agree with Boros's histrionic findings. This little lobotomite is unusually attentive for something whose brain has been extracted.
Nonsense! Lobotomites can't comprehend us!
8, have you been in the mentats again? If we slow down our oral processoreceptors to understand this excretion, we'll all be rendered ignorant.
All of you, power down, shut up, and let me prove once and for all how wrong you all are. As usual. Lobotomite, do you understand me? Can you speak?
Yes, I'm guessing that crashed satellite was yours.
Those were words, weren't they? In the form of questions. It's asking me questions. Is this some kind of trick? Our efforts have turned against us. In playing God, we created a monster.
Perhaps as we were ruthlessly lobotomizing it with our cutters, we filled the skin envelope with awareness. A teddy bear with new stuffing.
Wait. If what you're theorizing is this lobotomite understands us, can reason with us,
then this may be just the answer we've been looking for. At last, a chance to... Dr. Klein, a transmission from the Forbidden Zone, coming right at us. It can only be...
If it isn't my old colleagues, the mighty think tank of Big Mountain. Big fools, all of you. It is I, Dr. Mobius, transmitting from my dome-shaped dome in the Forbidden Zone. A zone that is, yes, forbidden to you. Even now, my deadly robo-scorpions swarm across Big Mountain with their pincers and pointy laser tails. Soon, all science will be mine! Even the technology sealed in the Big Mountain research centers cannot save you. So cower in your think tank. Wait for the end. That's all. Goodbye.
Mobius. Always the same broadcast. He's clearly mad, driven insane by his flawed and imprecise kindergarten-level research methodology.
what are we going to do? There's no way we can breach the Forbidden Zone. There's those robot scorpions everywhere.
The Forbidden Zone, where no brain has ever entered, nor ever returned.
Except Dr. Mobius and the technologies that could save us. They are out of our reach.
And Dr. Mobius mocks us. Did you see his cracked monitor? He's clearly let himself go.
What? Ask the lobotomite for help? 8, I think you need the fluid levels in your logic assist pumps checked.
If this lobotomite responded, Dr. Klein, then it is clearly intelligent, perhaps even displays heretofore unknown levels of helpfulness.
But what of its brain? We scooped that out. We don't even know where we left it. And for putting it back in, none of us have the knowledge.
Yes, but it's still aware and responsive. Look at it. It's regarding us even now, with its big teddy bear eyes. If we ask it politely, and leave the part about the unnecessary, ruthless lobotomizing out, it might be favorably disposed to us.
You removed my brain?
We removed your brain, yes. So soft, barely wrinkled, yet so flush with knowledge and experience. Brain extraction technology has been standard practice at Big Mountain for an immeasurable amount of time.
Once the brain was out, then came the coils. The Tesla coils. The coils of Nikola Tesla.
There it is, brainless perk, so we saw it already.
Yeah, 8, no need to brag. Wherever your brain is, it's transmitting thoughts to you through the
Tesla coils in its head.
This is fortunate in many respects. If your brain was anywhere in the dome, why, you could access your aggression centers.
Circumventing the pacification field. This is a no-no. We have never been in a fight. We do not want that. Reminds me of my days in American High. And Richie Marcus.
Medicine 55. That doesn't explain the laser sutures on my chest and on my spine.
Darla, was it necessary this time?
I assume full responsibility. I take my duties in the prodding and excision of living, breathing tissue quite seriously. Although in truth, the Autodoc had done most of the work already. Quite industrious, almost cut into all my investigations. Once it had removed the brain and I misplaced it, other organs began to cry for direction, using your nerves as telegraph wires. Rather than let them send their signals, I removed them as well. Shh, little organs. Go to sleep in your tanks. Dala loves you.
First was the heart.
There's the heartless perk. The scars on your chest seem to confirm what the think tank is saying. You cannot be poisoned, and filters in your artificial blood pump will regulate bleeding and healing.
Oh, wait, I mean, second was the heart. Brain was first. Third was the spine.
Yeah. Spineless perk. Due to complications with the procedure, your spine has been replaced as well.
spine. Totally overrated, that arrangement of vertebrae. Look at me, with my lumbar and thoracic curvature. Never had a use for any of that. Spineless is what I prefer.
You took out my brain, heart, and spine.
That Autodoc junk heap was one of Mobius's creations, like the rest of the talking scrap metal in the attic.
After that, the brain lost itself. Not in the metaphysical sense. Might have gotten flushed into one of the pipes. Actually, that's pretty likely.
If so, it was flushed all the way to Mobius. Fwoosh! That is the sound of flushing. By the Fisher of Rolando, enough of this biological surgery talk. Lobotomite, listen to my voice. It denominates me to ask, but we need your help. In most probable of probabilities, our enemy, Mobius, has your brain. This is not good. He will most likely come after our brains next. We want you to stop him, somehow, with science.
You said something about needing technologies to stop Mobius?
Yes. It is our only chance, a desperate plan that came to us after Mobius's first broadcast. Maybe, just maybe, if we reclaim these buried technologies, we can put an end to Mobius and the horrors spawning from the Forbidden Zone.
Intelligence 6. What exactly is the plan? You're losing me in the generalities. I need specifics.
The plan is very complicated. We are still calculating how it would work if it succeeded. That is our part of the plan.
Why me? Can't you do it?
No.
No. Why not?
You are equipped to retrieve the technologies with your primitive form. We are not.
It's kind of embarrassing. You have hands, and a heartbeat, sort of, and eyes, mostly the hands. There's door handles and lockers and...
Enough! We need your help. Will you help us?
I'll help. What do you need me to do?
Excellent. This is turning out much better than the activate the retreat protocols and cower in my room idea I had earlier.
Agreed. Oh, and I've used my robotical knowledge to, transmit the radio map waves to... Settle down, 8. I would have gotten it in a second, all right? 8's transmitted the last known coordinates of the research centers. They, well, move sometimes. Or get buried. Or blow up.
8 is correct. All we need are the schematics. This does not mean we do not want the cold hard technology, however. So do not give in to your biological tired laziness and decide you would sweat too much carrying them. You have a new spine. Use it. And even if you die in the act of reclamation, simply reaching them will auto-transmitify the schematics to us. That is still good. For us.
This whole place sounds dangerous. These devices sound dangerous.
Nonsense. This place is no more dangerous than a nuclear detonation site. Our technology is no more lethal than an overcharged Tesla cannon. The technologies are the X2 transmitter antenna array, used to focus coherent thought at excessively high frequencies.
The psychoanalytic, cardiac-dampening, sneaky stealth suit. A suit like nothing this world has ever heard, seen, or could ever see.
And 8's sonic sound wave emitter projectile gun, able to broadcast sound at lethal frequencies. It also gives a great biogel massage.
There. We have informed you of all we need. We estimate if you are focused, your time investment will be minimal, by our standards. If you work quickly, you will be the recipient of a gesture of gratitude from us. We do not bestow these old-world gestures lightly.
The faster I can get through this, the better.
Our intentions exactly. The important thing is you rush quickly through this task so as not to waste our time. Do not get curious, or you will end up like the cat of Schrödinger.
We feared you would be tempted to explore Big Mountain Crater and examine the many amazing non-mandatory research labs that lie off your designated path. The many such optional explorations are discouraged. Work hurriedly as if you have blinders on, and leave curiosities and items of interest alone.
So many sciences and developments. Pass them by. Let impatience and the desire to simply finish, to end it all quickly and carelessly guide you.
Right you are, 8. In our test results, we'll make a note about how quickly you ran our maze. Nobel challenge.
After all, there will be plenty of time afterward to partake of the experiments once our bidding is done.
Guess I better get walking then.
Ah, that is correct. You must walk upon your many penised feet. Much slower than our advanced hovering robotical frames.
The little teddy bear could always run right into the pylon perimeter on its thick, turgid feet, returning it to us quickly and directly.
Pylons? What pylons?
The radar fence that surrounds the Big Mountain Crater will protect you from straying beyond the facility.
The mighty radar fence protects us all. Get too close to the blinking posts, and the proximity warning shall be your warning. You are too close.
If you get near it, your vision will blur as the electrodes in your head shut off one by one. Click, click, click.
Possible memory loss will occur, along with long-term nerve degradation. It is tied to not having a brain attached to your nervous system, but the nerve degradation is nothing to worry about. Such degradation would take many lifespans to become evident, and all biology dies. Such tiny inconveniences are less than the greater convenience and conveyance. You see, if rendered unconscious by the pylons, you will be returned to the sink, seemingly instantaneously, by your deadened perceptions.
So I can't leave?
Oh, Dr. Klein? Dr. Klein? If I may intersect for a moment.
What is it? The lobotomite is asking me things, and I'm trying to ignore them. My processors can't ignore you both at the same time.
Well, you know how we asked it to fetch the sonic emitter thing? Turns out we already have it. What are the odds?
What is this, a high school science fair? Get your act together. You're making us look like a collection of round earthers.
You're always yelling. My receptors can't take it anymore. And neither can my feelings.
I am yelling because you contaminated specimens can't keep your probes off the volume knob on my voice module.
If you have the gun already, I don't understand what you need.
It is truly the end of all intelligence when the lobotomite speaks more wisdom than you geniuses. So, if we have the Soundwave, sonic projecto thing gun, then what in Heisenberg's name do we need from X8? Anyone?
I believe we need a new frequency embedded into the gun. It was designed to broadcast many sounds once charged. We just don't know the frequency.
And it is lost in X8, just as X8 is forever lost to us. The sadness of my high school days, the sadness of my youth lost.
Oh, really, Boros? All you did in high school was call me Fink Tattletale and all the kids you hated, you little teacher's pet brown hound.
Give the lobotomite the emitter. Does it have an audio effect frequency loaded?
Oh, I don't think so. Wait.
What is he doing?
I think he's sonjaculating into the gun. Getting it warmed up. Ding. Turkey's done.
You give it to the lobotomite. I'm not touching that thing.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll do it if you two are going to be ashamed of your own technological needs. Let me give it a little sonic sterilization first. Ooh. All right. All antibacterial fresh. Here, my little teddy bear. I have thoroughly removed all Robco Termlink code spew from the device. It is clean, shiny, and ready for your hands.
Oh gosh. This is the easiest stream ever. Like, I'm having to say anything, and it's entertaining as hell. Energy Weapons 50. Energy cells have a high expenditure rate. Some extra reserve cells could offset that.
Yes, I believe Watts Electronics tended to make the battery shelf life on the low end.
They certainly did. Batteries for my vivisectors would always come up short right before a climax.
I think Watts manufactured holodiscs. Or was it holotapes? Never can keep those two straight. Anyway, we're out of small energy cells. Dala? You have some? Why do we... Actually, never mind. I don't even want to know. And no, I don't want to handle your batteries. Just pass them on to the lobotomite yourself.
I actually forgot about all the sex humor. It's pretty funny, though. So we got a whole bunch of energy cells, which is good. Guns 50. This sonic gun looks like an energy projectile. Got anything that spits lead?
What did it say? Spit lead? What, like pencils?
Oh, I think it wants a combustion pistol.
A gun? Are you mad? We can't give it a gun. Guns kill. Leave big open holes in you that are like sores, but worse.
Dr. 8 is correct. We already have given the teddy bear a lethal sonic death ray, filled with his sonic ejaculate and sterilized by my soft oohing. Giving the teddy bear a gun would be the equivalent of following a glass of hemlock with an Abraxo chaser. Delicious and redundantly deadly.
If you're going to bring the Socratic method into it, fine. Give the Lobato bear a combustion gun. Burroughs, don't you have something like that?
Are you mad? We can't give it a gun. Guns... Wait, I said that already. Yes, I have the Cyberdog gun, with the little floppy metal ears and the curious nose sensor. Here.
Fine. Done. That gun makes me uncomfortable anyway. Always worried it's going to hump my chassis. Anything else, lobotomite?
Gun 70, K9000 Cyberdog gun added. Gun 75. This gun looks really hungry. I'd like to make sure it gets fed lots of bullets.
Fine. Boros, more ammo. The good stuff.
Top shelf ammunition. Let's see. Hollow point? That's worthless, but tasty. Oh, and here's some JFP. As if bullets need jackets. The JFP might make it ill and poop a lot, but when you're hungry, you're hungry.
Nice. This should be enough. So we got a whole bunch of ammo for the Cyberdog gun, too.
Careful where you're pointing that. That device wasn't always a weapon. It was more like a force field kind of thing. Once.
Force fields prevent us from moving, forward or backward.
They are irritating.
The sonic emitter was specially designed to disable our own safety fields here in Big Mountain. When some of us lost our access passes, Dr. O.
That only happened once. And I know you were behind stealth fielding my lab keys, Dala. You formographer.
Dr. O, you rewind that comment.
Plenty of rewinding already going on in your formography tapes. Surprised the things don't snap out of their cases with repeated observations.
Wait, so this gun you gave me can disable force fields?
Yes. Maybe. Well, no, not currently.
Yeah, we lost that part of the schematics. Or Boros did, in one of his stupid labs. Or inside one of his stupid pets.
It is lost. All questions lead to this conclusion. The blue fields within Big Mountain shall be fielded with force. Forever.
I could care less about all of this. Can I go?
Fine, so, yes. Get these things for us. Do not attempt to comprehend their complicated schematics. That is for us to do.
I'll head out then and be back with these things.
Well, good. What are the token words spoken in this case? Thank you? Yes. Thank you.
Wait, is it leaving? But, Dr. Klein, the lobotomite will need rest, recuperation, things like that. I volunteer my chambers, so it might be stared at. My monitor radar is slowly scanning its form to collect sensitive data.
No, that would put it too close to us. It could press buttons, turn lights on and off, and worse, let other lobotomites in.
We could give it Mobius's old room. That's where its brain got scooped out anyway. And plus some of its parts are already there. Might be more comforting for it to hang out with its spine and heart. Home is where the heart is, after all. See what I did there? Wet literal.
I suppose. We'll have to move that couch out of there. Been putting that off too long.
H says, let the lobotomite take the Sync Central Intelligence personality chip and reinstall it. That stuffy Mobius program Butler can walk the lobotomite, feed it, barter with it for us.
It would also prevent it from going to Higgs Village and taking up residence there. With my teddy bears. And it would be nice to have it so close.
Your logic, combined with my desire to keep the think tank lobotomite free, has swayed me. Here, I present the Sync Central Intelligence. Lobotomite, take this chip to the sink, plug it in, and make sure the chip is clean, or it could skip. Then make whatever crude biologic demands you need of the sink. It will cater to most of your hormonal whims.
Barter 25. I can trade with the sink intelligence, then I'll need something to activate that function, won't I?
I cannot dispute your logic. Do we have objects to activate the chip's exchange routines?
What, like stuff? Things?
Yes, things.
I don't know. Might be some old Nuka-Cola or Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps lying around. It's not currency per se. Still might be enough to trick the thing's trade routines. Mobius put that test line for caps in the code as a debug command, I think.
I don't believe that was Mobius's reason. His wild speculation concerning post-Holocaust economic systems was quite extensive and of high decibel.
Enough! Surrender these so-called bottle caps, Nuka and Sunset alike. In their role as things, they will serve as adequate test subjects.
All right, here, cap away. Hope that stupid chip chokes on them.
Barter 50. This amount clearly represents a deficiency in the amount of caps needed.
Again, your logic is unassailable in its simplistic need. Oh?
Fine. It's not going to help. That chip will probably refuse them anyway, as stuck up as it is.
Barter 75. I'd hate to come back and ask for more. A little extra would guarantee you're not disturbed.
If I were not as intelligent as I am, I would feel as if perhaps I'm being tricked. Impossible. Oh, more.
Why don't you make the lobotomite a bottle cap factory, Klein? Or better yet, give it a ton of things to activate the chip.
Barter 90. Hold on, let's be logical about this. I don't need a ton, just as much as I can carry in trade.
Again, the logic of the request is clear. Tonnage is not needed, only adequate weight. Everyone, display your things.
I do not understand, yet I am intrigued by this potential display.
No, wait, you don't need to fill up the emitter again, really. Klein means things for trade. Display for trade. All right, let's consolidate. There's got to be some junk around here. Magazines, useless. More caps, medicinal supplies, useless. Here.
All right. So we got some skill magazines too for the 90 barter, which is good. Intelligence 8. This chip looks like it was mass-produced. Are there other chips?
Are there other chips?
Are you echoing what he said, or are you asking for real?
He's asking, yes. Dr. Klein, there are many other personalities. If you recall, you hurled them off the sink balcony after your argument with Mobius.
It is not an argument if one is clearly right and the other is clearly wrong. I remember now. Yes, Lobotomite. There are other chips. If you want, find them. I believe they're stored on holotapes in many of our facilities. But you should stay out of those. No exploring and discovering things. The Sync Central intelligence should be enough for your needs.
So just plug it into the circular map thing in the sink upstairs?
Yes, you may need to wiggle it in a bit, but don't force it. We can't recode them if you break it. There is no more we can do to aid you, and our patience levels are depleted. Now go. Rest in the sink if you must, but leave us to our research.
If you're done, can we move again? My biogel's starting to crampagulate.
Of course! Go man your science stations! Go! I am surrounded by children.
Alright, now we've got more skill checks to pass with each of the 5 docs individually. So I just want to make sure. Yeah, there are 2 that I still need my chems active for, so I'm going to go to those first. Dr. O and Dr. Dalla. So let me quickly do that before my stuff wears off. That's Boris.
Have you come for hello?
That's Dr. 8. So let me just quick load, because I don't know how long my chems have. But Here's Dr. O.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in think tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
You're Dr. O, correct?
Oh? Oh, yes. I'm not going to bother correcting you. At least you got the doctor part correct. I can be grateful for that, at least. Stop the presses! Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco Tech on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What, my Pip-Boy?
How dare you bring Robco Tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are? We can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years. You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
Calm down. Just wanted to ask some questions.
Fine. Ask.
What do you do here?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning state.
That doesn't sound impressive. Breaking machines, that is.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
Do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Speech 65. Are you sure? I'm a good listener. Got the ears for it.
Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics. Okay, so my name isn't O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
Intelligence 7. If they kept confusing the letter with a number, your name is Dr. Zero? Dr. Zero?
Yes, thank you. Zero. I am Zero. How hard is that? A narrow, thin zero.
I don't know. O sounds much more impressive.
Zero's my name. I'm proud of it, all right? It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Truth be told, my emotional attachment to it doesn't even register compared to just having people recognize the difference. It's just that they're both sort of round and hollow, so when they monitor scan them, they assume that, oh, it's O. Vivisect me, please.
And Intelligence 9. If you wanted to differentiate the O and zero, just put a slash through the zero.
What?
Zero. Draw a slash through it.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually. Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
And that's what makes you truly a zero.
Exactly. At least the old name was indisputable. O is more like surprise. Oh, look what I stepped in.
Well, there's power in zero. It reduces anything multiplied against it to zero.
Well, of course it does. That's the most lethal of mathematics. That's pretty cool, actually. Destroyer of numbers. I already wreck every robot I study. Why not basic arithmetic? I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. They make a zero in all the think tank. They won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle. Thanks. Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought kicking.
So Zero, got any amazing discoveries to share?
You know, hearing my name said like that, it really de-reses my screens. As for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just built it. Amazing, isn't it?
2 scrap electronics added. It certainly is interesting, whatever it once was.
You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome.
Tell me about Mobius and these monsters of his.
That genius Mobius somehow cobbles together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Tried to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone. Yeah, right. Giant monsters, sure.
A giant robot scorpion?
Yeah, crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
Can you tell me about this facility?
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The dome used to be buried, now it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
I need more of those worthless caps to test the CIU barter functions upstairs.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
I think we've spoken long enough. Next, we need to run over to Dr. Dalla before our mentats wear off, and then we're good enough to pass all the other skill checks afterwards, so...
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Alright, Dr. Dalla.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis fleshed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's malval cavity.
Perception 8. I can't help but notice your fascination with the human body.
What? Nonsense.
Close eyelids, breathe deeply, then stretch languidly.
What? What are you doing?
Run your hands along the sides of your face, then exhale rapidly.
Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography?
Turn and cough roughly, then slowly scratch nose.
Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
Why don't you just give in? There's nothing wrong with looking at the human body.
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
I could come back anytime and just breathe if you want.
Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet so intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my gel might run over. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo. Woo. Purple, purple, woo. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Purple. Bloop. 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 Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Who are you? What do you do here?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dala, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
211 doctorates? How is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
First head chief researcher, lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I'm sometimes called a courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
There was another courier.
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Why did you remove my brain, and how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack. Snip. Done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
But how am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
I feel strange in here, peaceful but on edge.
It is the pacification field images that are broadcasting into the emptiness of your skull. Without a brain, your aggression is suppressed in here.
Is there any way to shut it off?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all the lobotomites here.
I had other questions.
An interrogation. How fascinating. Please begin.
Can you tell me about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
I don't understand how the tech Klein wants will help.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the Dome, where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
Can you tell me about the Big Empty?
The Big Empty? Now that's not a proper title for this research facility. You sound like previous test subjects that came here. This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
Previous test subjects?
Oh yes, we've had other subjects visit. It's why we had to calibrate the pacification field and warm up our brainial beams and vivisectors. Only a short time ago, we had 3-1 subjects arrive, and they ruined several experiments, and even injured 2 of our staff. It is a shame their brains left with them. With you, however, we have taken precautions to ensure that problem won't repeat itself. We've conditioned you so you can't speak of this place, discuss our secrets, or attempt to use force against us in any way. Isn't that nice?
Why did you say 3-1 subjects before?
Because 3-1 is 2. 2 spoke to us, one after the other. One mean, one curious. But there was a third we didn't speak to. The last one is the -1. It got traumatized, then taken to one of our medical centers for de-traumatization. A rather unsettling procedure.
What happened with the visitors?
Ask Dr. O. And you could have asked 8 once, until he was severely damaged in the attack. We like him better this way.
I had other questions.
And it...
Okay, that's everything. We've spoken enough.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Oh yeah, and we hit level 34, so let me take care of that right quick. Thing 1 is to raise melee to 83. Then we're going to, let me see. Let me access my leveling plan document. I'll be right back. Alright, let's take unarmed to 90, and let's start working on energy weapons. I'm going to raise it up to 82. And for the perk, let's take, if I can find it, Slayer. The Slayer walks the earth. The speed of all melee weapons and unarmed attacks is increased by 30%. Alright, so it's about time for me to shut it down and head to work, so we'll talk to the other 3 doctors to start next Tuesday's stream, and probably pass some more skill checks while we're at it. But I want to thank everybody who joined me for the Dialogue Fest. I know I didn't say much today, but I hope you were entertained anyway. I certainly was. I think that the doctors are just really, really funny. I love Old World Blues. So for those of you who joined me live on Twitch, thank you for doing so. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for the bits, Infinimora. If you were new to the Twitch stream and you enjoyed what you saw, I mean, I know you didn't get much of a sense for me in today's round, but I hope you'll hit the follow button so you can see when we go live in the future. If you're watching later on YouTube and you enjoy the video, I hope you'll both like it and subscribe to the channel. All of my content makes its way over there since I keep weird early morning streaming hours. And regardless of the platform you're on, I hope you'll join our Discord server. There's a link either in the YouTube video description or in the Twitch channel description. It's where we discuss both official channel business and unofficial stuff, whatever we want. Regardless of your platform, I thank you again for spending time with me and watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Next stream is actually, I think, probably this evening. We'll do some Dead Space Chapter 8, and the next Fallout stream will be next Tuesday morning, according to the regular schedule. So I hope to see you all for one or both of those. Have a great day. Bye-bye.